Hello, true believer. Today we're going to go through how to build your own little superhero in TinkerCad. This tutorial is taken obviously from up here, and here we go. So that's what it should look like at the end, and that's sort of the characters that I've made up there. So let's begin. So first thing, let's make that full screen, and we'll begin. So the first step that we need to do is place an egg. So up here under basic shapes, we go to characters, down to egg, and we place them down. Then want to have the dimensions. It says 18 high, 14 deep, 20 wide. So we'll swap that around. 20 there. So it was 14 deep, wasn't it? And we'll swap that to 20. Not that many. There. Down to 14. And 18 high. And we'll press F. And that looks pretty good. So we've got 20, 18, that way as well, sorry, 18, 40, so let's write that. Fantastic. Okay, so we've got the pelvis made. So then we're going to create another egg on top of it all. I'm going to make the male torso first, just to get used to it all. And we're going to have an egg, upside down egg about the same sort of width as this. And we're just going to raise it up. So just press Control up, give it a bit of height, and we zoom out, and then we just place another egg on top of it all. And we just need to scale that down so that it's somewhat similar. So we can cheat here, we'll use the align tool. And we've got that. And then because this is going to be the other way around, and we'll just apply it like that. And they want it to be similar-ish width and height. Let's just give them a bit more of a broader shoulder sort of feel. Cool. That looks pretty good. Okay, so then the next step is we've got to align it. So let's just go from the side here on the left. And we want to have some sort of curvature in the spine up the back. And then the front should have a little bit more curvature than that as well. So, bring that down. Looks pretty good. Cool. So now we've got our torso sort of built. So then the next step is we're going to use this pineapple shape. The pineapple shape can be found under all. And right down the bottom, if you go down to page 3, there's the pineapple. Now the pineapple will make more sense when you sort of play around with it. So my hint to you is just playing around with the curvature just so you can sort of see what happens as you move it around. So it gives you this really cool little polygon mesh just to play around with. If we look at the male arm, they're giving you this sort of shape that they want you to sort of build. So we'll build that first. So we're going to start with the upper part of the arm. And if we read through this, purple for the upper arm, expect these values are negative, curvature 0.57. So we'll go up here, we'll go negative 0.57. The symmetry is 0.09. Symmetry is 0.05. And scale the arm so it's about half the height of the chest. So just roughly something like that. Okay. So now we're going to place that up and just line it up to where the top is. So if we cheat and we'll go here, we'll align relative to the top. We could bring that up and bring it up there. And then we're just going to rotate him around. And maybe slightly bring it out the front. That looks pretty good. For this female superhero, we'll cover that later. Let's just keep going with the male one. So now we've got that. Now they want you to duplicate it and then put another one underneath it. I'll make that just a little bit smaller. That way. Whoop. And we duplicate it. Go down. And we'll rotate him back around. And then we need to change the curvature, so it needs to be a little bit different. So this one's going to be negative 0.75. The symmetry here, 0.23. And the asymmetry, 0.21. Sensational. Now this is a lot skinnier, so let's just drop that down. And we want that point to be on the other side. Probably something like that. Cool, maybe a little bit more rotation around. Cool. So that's that side sorted out. Let's just make it, get our Deadpool colors going on. Looks pretty good. Now I might stick him a little bit more in. So. And just drop that arm back a little bit. Cool. So again, this is sort of an art, not a science. We're just playing around with it until we get it right. The next step, we've got to do the legs. So we've got the leg going down like that. So let's go the pineapple shape again. Just follow the instructions that they've got there. So we've got the curvature down negative 0.34. The symmetry at 0.2. And second symmetry, we got 0.24. So we've got our sort of leg done. We then want to have the leg on the side here. And we want to have sort of the straight part at the back and the curvature, sort of the quadrant of the leg up the front there. So if we look at this, we scale that down. Let's rotate that around. Yep, that's looking pretty cool. So I'd say that's the quad on the front. Drop that back. Let's just line it. Up to the top. Okay, and we'll put them in. Might need to make this a little bit more beefier, so let's pull this all up. There we go. And if we go here and shift click on that. That's looking better. cool. Let's have a look there. That looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. So there's that sort of curvature happening on the front there. So then the next part, so that should be the front there. We got that calf. Now we want to do the bottom part. So same thing there. They want the round and flat on the round. So let's just copy paste this and mirror it. So we'll duplicate this. Move it down. And we'll use the flip tool. Cool. And then we'll scale that down a little. Let's have a look. It's looking pretty good. Got our calf there and the cord at the front. Fantastic. So we've done that pretty well. So now, instead of having to redo all that, let's just select all that. Press Ctrl D. Start moving over the other side. And we can use the flip tool. There we go. And then there's our arm and legs sort of all done with our superhero. Awesome. Looks pretty good. Might move just that just a little bit. There we go. Okay, so now we've got to build the cape. So to build the cape, this is a bit harder. So we've got to find, what was it called? 3D Z dependent, which looks like this shape here. I think I found this on page 5. Let's have a look. No, not there. Let's just go back to page 1. Oh, there we go. So that's what it looks like originally. There's a whole heap of different values that we're going to do. And it's basically a mathematical function. So the first step they said is change 1.5 to 0.25. So up here, instead of this, we go 0.25. Now we'll just change the curvature that's sort of occurring off that mathematical function. And then the next step is we just got to make sure we change the X and Y values. So down here it gives you all those different values there, so I'm just going to type all those in. I've saved it in a Word document off to the side here just to make it a bit easier for me. So the resolution goes 3, thickness stays at 0.3, maximum that goes negative 5.14. This one here goes to 2.0. This one here goes to 20. And this one here goes negative 8.57. Awesome. So we've got our cape, but it looks like they've made it upside down. So let's just have a bit of a play around here. That's what it should look like. Let's just cheat and do that. Go again. And we'll go Alt. Keep the width. So now that's looking pretty good, except that needs to be yellow. And the cape needs to be taller. Again, remember this is an art, not a science, so we're not still just sort of playing around with this to make sure we get at least something sort of looking like the final model. Now if you wanted to bring this out, we could do something like that. It sort of holds onto a bit better. Yep. And that bit on the front, let's see if we drop that to -6. Oh, that looks better. Cool. Awesome. So we've got the cape done now. Now we've got to build the head. So it's just a simple 3D, what is it? Rounded cube. So that's on community shapes again. So let's have a look. Page 1. A rounded cube, awesome. So there's our head. Then want to place a pineapple on the, as the mouth. That's on page 3. Place that one there. So I've done -0.75, -0.25, and 0.21. So back up here. We'll do the curvature, so -0.75. This one here, -0.25. And then -0.21. Cool. Obviously got to shrink that down, so we'll go Shift Alt. Drag him over. There's the mouth. Cool. Next step, which was kind of cool, is we can put the eyes on. And all I did for that is you duplicate this. Then scale it up slightly. So Shift Alt, and I'll just move it up ever so slightly to 22. And now, go back to basic shapes. Put a box. Make the box a lot bigger. So that matches everything. Control down. That's the bottom half of the mask. That looks pretty good. And then if we go Control D. There's the top of the mask. And shift click that, we'll group it. There's our mask made. And what colour do they do? They do orange. So I'll make ours orange as well. And then put the eyes on. So it's a simple work plane again. Basic shapes, we'll look for our sphere. Place the work plane on the front. Eye there. Let's focus in, just makes it a bit easier. And we'll go that way. And they went yellow. That. Control D, duplicate. Put the other eye on the other side. Awesome. So we'll get rid of the work plane. We'll group all that. Now the cool part is we'll put him on the top. Oh, we can make that multicolored as well. And then we'll go up. pretty good. And there's our superhero. Awesome. So now we've got the guy done. Let's have a crack at finishing off the girl version as well. Just move that all over this side. Because we've done all the hard work before. If we go back at the beginning, there's a few things that they've done different. So instead of pineapple for everything, sometimes they've used cones. So let's go back to the beginning part. So we need to make the similar width of these two. So we'll just duplicate that. Move it across. And they want the top to be thin and wide. So let's give us 180 here. What's going to be the easiest way? This way? Will that be the easiest? No. Hang on. I have to just put another egg down. So under basic shapes. Actually, no, we can do that. Let's go back. There. That's better. And then it needs to be a little bit thinner, so I'll like so. And I made her a bit taller, so there. Cool. So now we need to build those type of arms. So we need a paralleloid. Rotate it around. And that has to be quite long. Match what they've done here. Maybe a little bit skinnier. So cool. And then they want a sphere on the top. So if we go work plane. Sphere on the top. And then we align it. That was pretty good. Now, we need to put that together. And put it on the side like so. Cool. So there's the first step. That's the arm done. Arm might be a little bit too thin now. Let's go back. They're not going to give the female arm, are they? Okay. Well, let's just copy paste this for them. Bring them across. Go a little narrower. And bring the width back down. So, see how that looks. She almost has it that way around. Cool, that'll do. So then they do the same step for the female legs. So let's look at that. Let's just start all over again for the legs. Okay. Bring that out. Very small, a little bit too small. Probably a bit too high. Let's drop it down a bit. There we go. And then we want to line those. So and then we want to shrink that down. So Shift Alt. Bring that back across. over here. Bring it across. Make that a little higher. Cool. And do they have it slightly on an angle? Yeah. Play around with that. And go through that. Duplicate. Go again. Group all that. Now for more colour. There's two of them already. Ungroup all that. There we go. Then we'll flip. Come on. So we'll duplicate that, move it across. Then we'll flip it. Pretty good. And we'll ungroup that. Ungroup that. Select it all and choose purple. And then this here is white. This here is white. That. That bit there, white, and then those two down the bottom go white. Fantastic, cool. So that's the frame done. Now we've got to get the cape again. So we'll duplicate that. Bring it around. Bring it further. And we'll make that white. And then for the head, it's a little bit different. Looks like she's used a cone, then an egg, and then some love hearts at the top. So let's just see what we can do. Just make this invisible for the moment. Bring that right up. So this is going to be the neck. Shift Alt. Like that. put an egg on top. So characters, egg, focus. It's the other way around, I'm pretty sure. So we'll line that. Probably a little bit too big a head. So shift up down. And just have a bit of a backwards, yeah. So a little backwards bit. Actually, maybe a little bit more down. And then slightly backwards. Cool. Now to make the mask, we'll just do the same process we did before. So we'll just duplicate that. Let's make this purple to start with. Duplicate. Shift Alt. Drag that up. And then we want to put a hollow box. So go basic shapes. Bring that up. There, and we'll duplicate that. Yep, that looks pretty good. Then shift click, group. And they've made that pink. Like so, this looks pretty good. And now I've got to put the love hearts in. So that was under all. Go until we find our love heart. Should be here somewhere. That's the cute love heart. That's not quite what we want. There we go. That's what we want. Cool. So what we're going to do, again, we'll zoom in here. We'll put a work plane on the front. And we'll place the love heart straight on. And then rotate on the front. Shift, oops, wrong one. Shift Alt, down. Make that a little bit thinner. Wider. Cool. And then we'll duplicate that. Move a bit to the left. And back. And keep the scale down. Maybe not that much. Let's. There we go. That's nice. And that was meant to come out. go. And then we rotate. Pink. And then on the front here, we'll put the eye. A little bit too small. Make it a bit more accurate so we can get it exactly. And we'll make that yellow. Shift that across. So, and there we go. That's that side. If we focus in there, Control D, duplicate, move that all the way over the other side, and we'll flip it. That's looking pretty good. Oh, we forgot the mouth, sorry. Forgot the mouth. Can't forget the mouth. Come back here and focus. Ungroup. Duplicate. Shift move that across. And then move that up. And make that purple as well, sorry. And make that red. We should be pretty much done then. And then finish that off with white. Fantastic. So pretty close to what we've done there. Happy inventing. Have a play around with that. You can obviously change the shapes around as you want. That should give you a pretty good idea of how to sort of build your own sort of little superheroes. Thanks for watching.